Hello everyone, welcome you all to the introductory episode of Pinch of Salt podcast, where we can all share and learn from each other. My name is Linh Nguyễn. I'm gonna lead today's episode. Alongside me are the other numerous voices you will get to hear from today and throughout the series, Rimpi and Misha.
Hello everyone, this is Rimpi and I'm grateful to be a part of this episode.
Hey Lynn, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Rimpi and Misha. This multi-episode series will be based on relationships, and today's topic is about the importance of communication and communication in relationships. First, let's talk about the importance of communication. I would like to ask everyone a question. Why do you think it is necessary to communicate with other people?
I believe that proper communication is the foundation of any healthy relationship. Whether it's verbal, nonverbal, or written communication, you need a way to express yourself to those around you.
Thank you so much for the answer. Yes, I agree. Communicating is really important. From the moment that you were born to the moment you leave the world, communication has always been an essential need for everyone. There is not a living being in this world that does not communicate in any way. Even a baby who cannot speak, yet know how to cry and laugh to communicate. Cry to let the parents know that they are hungry. Cry to let the parents know what they need. Communication is also a condition of social existence. Society is the community that is bound and linked together. The people in the society connect with each other through communication. The sharing and suggestions of citizens in the society will create a development of each individual. That will lead to the development of whole society. Another good thing of communication is that communication helps form and develop personality. Through communication, people will understand culture, ethics, and social norms. Ethical standards such as responsibility, forgiveness, tolerance are also formed. Also, through communication, each person will self-perceive and evaluate themselves on the basis of perception and evaluation of others. From there, each person will know how to self-adjust to improve themselves. The most obvious example is the education that parents and teachers give to children. Communication is the tool to build a relationship and is also an important factor in maintaining that relationship. This is how the connection between each person is built. Can anyone name anyone in your life that makes you feel like you never can stop spending time with, or someone that you would like to communicate more?
Yes, without any doubt, I can name my mom, without whom I cannot even imagine my life. My mother is the only one person who can understand my sorrows and pleasures, even when I don't say any single word to her. I want to share my personal experience with you that after I got married, I hardly get time to go back my home, but we talk with each other through video call, and she is the only one who supports me to study abroad to fulfill my dreams, and we both don't ever break each other's trust. And I can easily find from my mother's voice that she is fine or not. So yes, she is the person whom I need every time.
Thank you so much for sharing. As you all may know, through communication, each person will understand the other's needs, wants, goals, and circumstances. Build cohesion, understanding, and empathy. In a very stressful relationship, communication will help people find out common ground or realize the real problem that they need to be solved, to avoid causing unnecessary conflict or to resolve conflict. But how? How can we maintain a relationship by communicating? Are there any ideas that you guys want to contribute?
Something that I've had to learn about communication is that no one is inherently good or bad at it. Everyone has different styles of communication, and some are less compatible than others. You need to be aware of your own style of communication as well as the styles of those you're trying to communicate with. It is also important that you don't ever consider yourself a master of communication, because there's always more to learn. Language, how people interact, and society as a whole is ever changing. And if you want to maintain good relationships, you have to keep growing, learning, and improving.
Those are all great ideas. Maintaining a relationship is actually not that difficult. The importance is that you know how to communicate correctly. There is 2 simple rules that will be helpful for you. Number 1. Listen to other people. Most importantly, you have to remember to listen with the intent of understanding the other's perspective, not to listen to your turn to speak or over rebuttal. When someone is speaking, the goal should always be to try your best to understand their words. And even if you cannot see or understand their perspective, it's important not to jump to attacking or dismissing them. Instead, seek to try and understand their side by asking questions. Try to get deeper into why they feel the way they do and what they are trying to communicate to you. During this process, it is necessary to put judgment and defensiveness aside. Number 2. Respect others' perspective and belief. When you disagree with someone, it is easy to get defensive and dismiss the other person's view. But when you do this, you shut down not only the current conversation, but you make the future communication less likely to be productive by setting the precedent of dismissal. Don't argue to win, argue to learn new perspectives, because communication is for bonding and learning. If after a conversation you lose your relationship, then you have lost everything that you had with the other person. Then the victory that you get is just a meaningless victory. No one wants to feel like themselves, or their opinions don't matter. It's hurtful and leaves a lasting feeling of disrespect and pain that creates distance between people, and make the person feel like they shouldn't be open about their feelings in the future. Remember that communication needs to be on healthy relationship, so you want to keep the door open. Shutting someone down closes that door. And once it's shut, it is much harder to reopen. So be careful of how you communicate and enjoy your amazing relationship. And this is the end for today's episode. Thank you Misha and Rimpi so much for the participants, and thank you everyone for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much for having me.
I know there are lots of people out there who are having a hard time in their relationship. So if you are having troubles and don't know what to do, stick around for more, as this may be the place for you. Or you can contact us through email. If you have any questions or if you want to tell us anything, please feel free to drop some comments. This is Pinch of Salt. Thanks again and see you in the next episode.